Hi, good afternoon. This is Radio DeuS, live from Venice, in this very special location, very close to the San Mark Square. I'm here today for this very special edition of Radio DeuS today with Celia Suntola. Hi, Celia. Good afternoon.
Hi, really nice to be.
So I don't know if you remember, but Celia was with us today like a few years ago, and it's a pleasure for me to be here again. So as they say, Mamma Mia, here you go again. No, it was like the round two of
And that's ABBA, that's Sweden.
this is
So,
ABBA, sorry,
yes.
it's Sweden, because Celia is from Finland. Suomi on todella kaunis maa. So Finland is a really beautiful country. Am I right, Celia? If I said it right?
You said it very perfectly.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Celia Suntola, she works at the XAMK University. And first thing first, let's get it started. What is XAMK University, Celia?
Thank you. So Southeastern Finland University of Applied Sciences and from the Creative Industries Research Unit from there. So tackling with all the questions that we're also talking about today.
And what is your role at this university?
So basically project manager, and I lead most of our international projects. So trying to think of how we can within EU and within the global world work better together on
Okay.
issues that are especially global, like sustainability.
It sounds quite ambitious, but we are going to break things down for you so you can follow this conversation. We are going to be live for the whole afternoon until 5:30, and we are going to have very special guests from Venice, from Košice, and from Ireland also, and you will see one after the other. They are going to have a conversation here with me today. So the reason why we are here today is because of a European cooperation project called GreenCCIrcle, which is financed by the European Union and namely the Erasmus Plus program. So Celia, this GreenCCIrcle project, as far as my understanding goes, is to try to put together sustainability and cultural and creative industries. But hold on, because we need to explain what are these words. So cultural and creative industries is the way in which in politics we try to define a group of sectors, including performing arts, visual arts, music, design, architecture, and so on. And since 20 years ago is the way in which the European Union tried to bundle them to produce some sort of policy that can be functional to their development. Have I said it right, Celia?
Yes, very well.
All right.
Actually, I think you said well that yes, it's a sort of almost a political term because arts and culture used to be just part of life, but we needed to politicize them.
So we have culture and creativity on one side in the shape of cultural and creative industries. And on the other side, we have sustainability. And when we talk about sustainability, in the case of this very project, which is called GreenCCIrcle, it's about environmental sustainability. So let's also explain what is environmental sustainability, because we think we know sometimes, but then are we really sure that we know what we are talking about, Celia?
I think that's a really good question. And also the question about what does the creative fields and sustainability fields have to do with each other. So I'll answer these one by one. So on one level, I think sustainability, why it usually is important for creative industries people. Many artists feel very strongly in their heart that they work because of values, meanings in life, and trying to go for that. Sustainability is a really holistic thing. It's not just about putting your paper mug into the recycle bin. It's about thinking more holistically about life, what actually makes life important, and what we could do to aid for a better world.
So are we talking, for example, about, I don't know, how to make concert production more green, like with less impact to the environment, for example? Is there something that is?
Definitely, those issues are really important, or whether we can do whatever we do in our lives to be more sustainable. But I think the most important question that we don't always like to ask in the Western countries is like, what if I didn't do that? So to make less, make more of less. So it's also part of the issue that I think we should think about in Western countries.
So this European project called the Green Circle is a project that you are running from your job at XAMK University as a project manager. But XAMK is not the only organization that you participate into this project, because I'm reading the list because there are a lot of partners, a lot of organizations working together in this cooperation to make culture and creativity more sustainable. And we are talking about Julie's bicycle, and we are going to hear it from Megan Best later in a few minutes. And we are going to also to talk about Creative Industries Košice in Slovakia, and Infodef, Arteria, Academa, and the Creative Fed, and also the Baltic Film Creative Tech Cluster and the University of Venice, Ca' Foscari, together with ICU. And of course, the leading applicant, the leading partner, who is made everything possible to put all these organizations together, which is Matera Hub. And as you see, few of these cities have been European Capital of Culture in the years past. So Celia, this Green Circle project has a specificity. Well, it has several. We are going to through all of them. But in what you are very keen to talk about is the GreenCCIrcle Academy. So first thing first, what is an academy in this kind of environment?
Thanks. So the GreenCCIrcle Academy, because we think of sustainability in a very horizontal way. So it's just one place on the internet, again, very boring maybe, but it's a nice place.
It is.
That anybody can go and in small bits learn about what sustainability in their everyday work could be. And I think the great importance of this project has been that we are 13 partners from 9 different countries, and everybody has contributed by whatever lesson that they wanted to put in. So if you actually want to really learn, just get a glimpse by bit about what sustainability in your life could be, then I think it's the right place to go to.
And the Academy addresses the questions of sustainability through cultural and creative industries. So what do cultural creative industries and sustainability have to do with each other, Celia Suntola?
Yes. So like I said before, I think the first question that I many times run into is that many artists are really keen on they have values, and that's what they live by. They don't go by the money first, which is fine if you make money, but
Of course.
But anyway, so we divided the Green Academy into 3 parts. Number 1 is just learn about sustainability principles. What does it actually mean? More engineering stuff, maybe.
Okay.
The second one is how to actually run a business that is sustainable and how to make that into something. And the number three, which is maybe the sort of height of the academy, is that there are so many keen people about values that, for example, design, strategic design, planetary design, has a lot of good things that other people or other fields could benefit from.
And who can be part of the academy?
Anybody.
Anybody. Okay, so
If you have an internet connection, yes.
if you have an internet connection, you can sign up
Yes.
to the academy.
And yes.
So the academy is this kind of full set of experiences that you described. Why creatives for sustainability?
Again, I think it's because of the thing that creatives are good at also making things visible. I will take an example from Finland.
Oh yeah, please.
So Oulu happens to be the culture capital of Europe.
Wait,
next year.
Oulu is the name of the city
Yes.
on the Bothnia Gulf
Yes,
in the Baltic
exactly.
Sea. Okay, so it's quite up north.
Yes.
Yeah.
And their slogan is cultural climate change. So
Oh.
it's about changing the mindset
All right.
in people. So I think that actually sums it up pretty well.
Okay, and can you tell us a little bit more about this experience, about this cultural climate change? In which way creative people made it to work with the sustainability?
If I would have to think of one example, I would think of like painters or photographers that just take pictures of nature and just like make visible how beautiful our surroundings in nature are and how important it is to actually preserve those. And I think those are the basic values that coming from Finland, yes, we love our woods and our saunas.
Oh yeah, of course.
So it's being simple and thinking, do I really need more? Or do I need more meaningful?
Yes. And the Academy is built on the idea of micro courses, flexibility, open and shared peer learning. So it means that actually, do you have teachers or people teach and learn among themselves?
That's a good question. So for now, it's basically it doesn't have ready teachers there that you cannot sign up to, the internet and go to the academy. But we very specially would like to invite and sort of engage teachers, trainers, consultants that like to talk about these issues and ask them how could we together build stuff that you can use in your daily work.
But do you think that sustainability has some sort of special meaning for the sector of cultural and creative industries, or do you think that sustainability for all other sectors at some point is important? Why is it, I mean, is it more important for cultural and creative industries, or it's always the same level of intensity?
I love that question. Tiny bit hard one, but I'll say that of course it's as important to everyone, but I think the creative sector is always sort of trying to paint what the future could look like. I love my Ministry of Education, the Ministry of that saying that creative industries are like trailblazers.
Oh yeah.
That they create the future, not go backwards.
Absolutely. There is some philosopher, I think one was Miguel Benassayag, an Argentinian philosopher. He was saying that arts are 20 years ahead of science, which you can actually kind of see it, because in the end of the 19th century in Vienna, in Austria, there was this group of people, and it's a small, funny, short story. So it was one guy called Klimt, drinking with another guy called Freud, and they were part of this secession movement in Vienna at the end of the 19th century. And there was a big part of, the development of optics and microscopes, and they were discovering the cell and so on. And Klimt was inspired by this kind of experience. And in The Birth of Danae, which is one of the most famous painting by Klimt, you can actually see mother cells that are navigating around the body of the girl. So I would also like to ask you, what have you learned in this situation? Like here in these days, we are on this GreenCCIrcle project, and there is a run of living labs and other activities. So what have you learned from this experience of the living labs here in Venice?
Thanks, and I think it's been, like it's always, a unique experience to just meet the people live after COVID or whatever, but to see that we are all people and how much we share in common, despite that I speak Finnish and you speak Italian, we speak English. But yes, so again, we come back to the values and things that art can just make us understand without actually speaking so much. So yes, the oneness and the idea of people coming together for common purposes, meanings, and beliefs.
And do you think that there is still, because now European cooperation has been going on for some years, do you think that there is still some interest in sharing experiences from different European countries, or everything is said and done?
I don't think it's said and done. I think, like somebody said me from the cultural and creative industries, like it's always about here and now. So us talking today and everybody here being, I think that's what it's about. No, it's never finished.
Absolutely.
You're living.
So do you think that like your sector, your specific sector, in this case, higher education, is facing sustainability challenges in specific, if we go to a broader idea about your work and everyday life, do you think that you are facing sustainability challenges?
And that again is a great question. And I would say that I think higher education is in the same problematic sort of a system that sustainability, it's one pillar, when it's about our everyday lives. So I think we need to all face the challenges that even higher education has to deal with sustainability in everyday work, everyday living, everyday thinking. And think about what is the meaning of our lives. Not to end it too.
No, of course. But I would like also to know, do you need that cultural and creative industries, as we said, performing arts, visual arts, design, architecture, edition, what do they need to become future-proof in a way, so they can resist the next changes, the current changes, and so on?
That's even a harder question. And I would say that I think arts and culture has always been as long as mankind. So it's not going to change. But then again, it's back to the question, what is meaningful for us? And how can we support in whatever models our economy does to make sure that the ones who are actually doing the arts or culture are also sustainably here with us today and tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely. So, of course, for our listeners and viewers, you can visit the webpage GreenCCIrcle.eu, and you can sign up to the activities that are foreseen in the next future. But Celia, would you like to promote the fact of participating to this project? Like, imagine that you are someone not involved in sustainability. Do you think that you can participate to these activities?
I think that yes, because we're all about people, from the individuals to the groups, societies, countries, nations, and beyond. So I think just finding like-minded people that, oh, I actually like this and this music, whatever you like or don't like. But I think that there's something about sustainability and the green values and think about the future of the world that many people think about, and they might not find people to talk to. So I think, yeah, I would love to just hear anybody and join our platform and contribute, be like, hey, that was bad, we can make it better. We're here.
Absolutely. So now, what still remains to do in Venice? What do you have to do today? What's the plan?
Except finishing our conversation.
Oh, except finishing the conversation, like few minutes, and then we are going to have a music break.
No, but actually one thing that we are launching the GreenCCIrcle platform again, so we will have at least half of our partners will be presenting as something we thought would be a nice snack, which means morning coffee.
Oh,
So we will have these morning conversations and launch a GreenCCIrcle Academy. So a few lessons sort of brought in there. So make sure to sign up.
absolutely. So you can still sign up to these activities of the GreenCCIrcle project, the GreenCCIrcle.eu. And I'm going to thank very warmly Celia Suntola, project manager of the XAMC, University for Cultural and Creative Industries. Kiitos paljon. Thank you very much, Celia Suntola.
Kiitos.
So we are going to be back right after the music break here on Radio DeuS, live from Venice for the GreenCCIrcle project. Thank you very much. And the line to our technical staff in Matera.
town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all
And welcome back to Radio DeuS this afternoon here, live from Venice, for this very special occasion, which is this project, this European project financed by the European Union called the GreenCCIrcle. And I'm here today, I have the pleasure to host our Megan Best. Hi, Megan.
Hey, how's it going?
So, and I need to read this because I want to do it right and proper. Megan Best is the CEO, Native Events Director, GreenCCIrcle Europe, Socio-Environmental Researcher, Cultural Practitioner, International Speaker, Radio Host, and Author. So, I don't think her day has 24 hours like mine. Hi, Megan.
Hi.
So, Megan Best, what made you involved in this GreenCCIrcle cooperation project?
Yeah, so Julie's Bicycle Europe, where I'm a director, got involved in the GreenCCIrcle project 2 years ago now. And we are creating the HUB, which is the online toolkit for the cultural and creative industries that sits alongside it to help the cultural and creative industries, it's such a mouthful, to access the tools and guides and resources, case studies and reports to help them transition wherever they are, the organization that they're with, towards more sustainable and circular.
All right. So, Megan, let's suppose, because I need to keep things very plain and simple,
Okay.
because, of course, when you are initiated to this kind of environment and this kind of wording, everything is clear and fantastic.
Sure.
But when you are a random listener or viewer,
Yep.
You may have some question to get started and to get deeper in the conversation. So, let's suppose that we are at Christmas lunch.
Okay.
And like your cousin Betty is going to ask you, so I never really understood what you do for living. So can you explain it to me, please?
I get that question a lot from
Right.
my family. They don't understand what I do. To put it quite simply, we are in a time of environmental crisis in the globe, and lots of people do know this. We are facing climate change and ecological destruction, biodiversity loss. And in order to respond to that, the cultural and creative industries have a huge role to play, because we inspire people, we empower people, we engage people in a creative way to what they can do about the crisis. And we give people agency by doing that. So cultural and creative industries, film, TV, storytelling, the arts, festivals, theatre, all of these spaces for experimentation can be places where we can have the conversations around climate change, biodiversity loss, and environmental considerations. So that's the work that we do.
When we talk about cultural and creative industries, what are we actually talking about? Because I understand that inside these words, we have films, we have arts performances, we have design, we have architecture. Am I right?
Yeah, it's really broad. It's performance, it's dance, it's festivals, it's film, as you said, it's theatre, it's literature, it's all of those different creative and cultural institutions, organizations, businesses, individual artists. It's very, very broad. Someone told me just yesterday that in Ireland, the second biggest industry is the cultural and creative industries. First in Ireland is agriculture, and second in Ireland in terms of employment and income is culture and creativity. So it's huge.
First is agriculture?
In Ireland, yeah.
I thought the first one was Apple.
Very good.
So listen, if I am a painter,
Mhm.
am I aware of being part of cultural and creative industries?
Some are and some are not.
Mhm.
You know, not everybody who works in these industries sees themselves as part of these industries.
Mhm.
I mean, my background is in festival production. I was an operations manager for a festival
Okay.
for more than 10 years. And I never thought of myself as a cultural practitioner then. It's only in recent years, as Europe has started to really coin this term, that the cultural and creative industries is becoming more clear for people.
We were talking earlier with Celia Suntola from XAMK University in the south of Finland. And she was saying that in some way, arts and culture helps help shape people's dream.
Yep.
As used to be, like, for example, also the case of cinema.
Yeah.
In the 50s and the 60s with the Marshall Plan. That was a fun story. After the Second World War, the Marshall Plan, which was the relief aid system of the US for the European countries, some of them, was meant to develop the industry and the free market to then absorb a part of the US production of goods and services after the Second World War. And part of the Marshall Plan was also used to fund US cinema production to make welcoming environment for American goods and services into the European market. So a lot of those movies with Cary Grant and with Doris Day, they were actually produced by the Marshall Plan to say, okay, we need a washing machine, we need to buy a new car, and so on and so on. So in that sense, we can say that cinema was a tool of some sort of, well, in that case, maybe we can call it propaganda.
Yeah.
But in today's case, still, we see how powerful is the work of artists to define what we desire, what we value as human beings. If it is to having something, to be or to own something, or if it is to be someone or to be with someone, for example. So if we put this in the way in which this project, GreenCCIrcle, is built, so to put together cultural and creative industries on one side and sustainability on the other, how can we make people desire, through arts and culture, to become greener in a way?
Love this question. And that's really why we do what we do at Julie's Bicycle Europe and my business at home in Ireland, Native Events. And again, I'm going to go back to the festivals example because that's what I know the most, you know, that's what my background is. So festivals, for a start, reach really millions of people actually every year with really large attendance numbers. And at festivals, we have an opportunity to innovate and experiment and make a transition to more sustainable or circular practices. So with the festival, you can go there for 3 days and you can have an experience that's really wasteful, or you can have an experience where you trial new things. You might try just eating vegan or vegetarian for a weekend.
Oh, yeah.
You might try having reusables for the weekend. You might see solar panels powering different stages and all of these different experiments that you can have. And actually physically experiencing it gives you more of an opportunity to try it at home or to bring the conversation to the Christmas dinner, to chat to your Aunt Betty, you know, about how something cool that you saw and something that is being done differently. So having that opportunity to experiment and to do things and think about things in a creative way is really something that the creative industries can do long before any other industries can, really. You know, we are born of transformative thinkers. That's what our industries really have. So it gives us the opportunity to test out new things.
You made me think about a friend of mine in France, and he went to a festival called the Brutal Assault.
Oh, yeah.
In Czech Republic. And during 1 week, he had only vegan food.
Yeah.
And he came back and said, all right, oh, it wasn't so bad. So I understand that you can like produce in a safe environment
Yep.
some sort of suspension from your daily routine and break it, but without losing your references forever.
Yep.
So I think it's quite interesting. When we talk about this GreenCCIrcle hub, I need to dig deeper into this. What is a hub in this case?
Okay, this is great. So Julie's Bicycle Europe was responsible as part of the GreenCCIrcle project to create the GreenCCIrcle tool, which is a hub. And it is an online facility for anybody working in the cultural and creative industries to find the right tool or guide or resource or report or case study that's relevant to whatever art form that they work in, and also relevant for whatever country they're in, so that they can start to see how they can make transitions to different types of practices, different materials they might use, different frameworks they might employ. The hub itself has 122 different types of, we're calling them materials or resources on it. I actually jotted down some notes here. Will I share my notes with you, Boris? I'm
please,
prepared,
please,
guys.
please.
So on the hub at the moment, we have 6 different courses or training programs that are available. There's 48 different digital tools or toolkits. There's 25 different guides, and these are from all over Europe and some from Canada and the US as well.
Okay.
And then there's 43 other materials that we've classified as other. So these are reports and case studies and other resource organizations. And the reason that we've done this instead of just creating another carbon calculating tool was because at the start of this project, we had a look at what was out there already, and the creative industries have done quite a lot in this space. I think creative industry professionals are quite connected to the environmental crisis because they're quite sensitive and they can start to see that things need to change, probably quicker, as I said, than other industries.
Yeah.
So a lot of work has already been done, and we didn't want to just reinvent the wheel. So we wanted to just collate everything into one space so that the creative industry practitioners could find the resources and materials that are most relevant to them quickly. So that's what the hub is.
So how
or at least half of it.
How yeah, 48 tools, it sounds a lot like,
It's a lot.
Yeah, more than Duolingo. So how the hub works?
Yeah.
So can I sign up to it? Do I have to pay for it? Why should I do it or participate or?
Yeah, no, there isn't a registration. You don't need to sign up. It hasn't been launched yet because we're still building it and testing it. So it will be launched next year, but it will be free to use for anybody. So it's just there as a resource. And the nice thing about it is it has all of those guides and a library essentially of all of those things that we update regularly. And if anybody here who's watching or listening has more guides or anything that they want to contribute, please let us know. But yeah, there is also some templates and a stakeholder mapping tool in there. And this is the piece that we're the most excited about. Over the years in doing this work, I am a sustainability change facilitator, which is a big mouthful, really. But trying to push for change in the creative industries, you have to work with lots of different stakeholders, and you have to do it at the right time so that you can gather the data that you need in order to be able to create a sustainability strategy or do a carbon footprint assessment, whatever it might be.
All right.
And we discovered over the years that the most important tool really is empathy and listening for a facilitator. So helping people who are doing this kind of work to find the information that they need and engage the other people that they need to talk to is a really tricky piece when you're learning how to do this. So that's why we built the hub in the way that we have. There's workflow templates, there's data gathering templates, there's a communications toolkit, but the really fun one is a stakeholder mapping tool. So you can go in and you can see all of the different people who work in the creative industries and what their influence is and how they're connected to each other. And that helps you to map out the projects that you need to do.
And how does the hub respond to the nuances and unique needs that exist in cultural and creative industries in Europe?
Yeah, exactly. This is why it's so difficult. This is why there is no one type of carbon calculator or one specific tool. And that's why it has so many of these different reports and guides that are country specific, context specific, art form specific, because everything in the culture and creative industries, because it's so broad, is really unique and really different. So it has something for everyone, and then it's got a really easy way to filter things down and search through it so that you can find the information that you need.
During these days here in Venice for this Living Lab sessions of the GreenCCIrcle project here, did you have some good insights for this kind of reflection that you are running collectively with your project partners from all over Europe? Did you have like a eureka moment saying, okay, oh, this is it, this is what I didn't understand, or I never considered this problem from this angle?
Yeah, I've had a few actually, which always happens when you get people who are thinking along the same lines and engaged in the same issues into a room. And it's really nice to have that at a pan-European level, and to hear from all of these different areas and spaces across Europe. But there was one yesterday when one of the project participants was talking about biomaterials and what they've been exploring there, because the materials and the materials choice is so important in this industry, and so much of it is fossil fuel or plastic based. So to hear about people who are exploring new ways of looking at materials and different materials that they can use, and I can bring that now back to Ireland and start trying to push people along in those directions with the projects we're doing. And then today we did a stakeholder mapping exercise, but actually a physical one. And the result from that was really interesting, because we discovered that through that, one of the most influential people on a project is the data analyst. Not necessarily the person who has the budget or the purse strings, but the person who can pull together all of the information to give you a good evidence base when you're trying to make the transition to sustainability.
So this hub for the GreenCCIrcle project, of course, we are witnessing to part of it here in the Radio DeuS live from Venice today. We have a toolkit in the hub.
Yeah.
What is a toolkit?
So the toolkit consists of all of those different templates that I was talking about, because when you're starting out and you're trying to engage lots of different people in different ways, the tool isn't really about how you crunch the data or the numbers. The tool is more about how you talk to people during the workflow process. So for example, if someone is about to go on tour and they want to try and make decisions around their touring that has less environmental impact. So you need to find a tool that can help them compare different ways of doing that. But you also need to speak to them at a specific time, literally just before they start planning the tour itself, so that they can maybe research different venues to go to. They can look about whether they can afford to spend longer in travel, or if they can afford to take ferries and so on instead of planes. If they can look into having caterers that offer vegan and vegetarian food or lower packaging on their tour. So it's about understanding who all of the different stakeholders and networks are, and when to speak to them and how to speak to them. And that's what that toolkit and those templates helps someone to do.
So do you think that there is an actual added value in doing this together with other European partners instead of doing it with local Dubliners?
Definitely.
Like what? Why European collaboration matters?
But this is why it's so exciting, because a lot of creative industry people do have to travel for their work. You know, a lot of artists get recognition abroad before they do at home, or when they do get recognition abroad, it gives them more elevation at home, you know. So working with European partners gives us a better understanding of what's happening everywhere else. Going back to that example, if people are going on tour, it's much easier to recommend that they go to a specific town or a specific place, or link in with other people who care about these issues and can help them make better supplier choices on the ground. It has to be European-wide. The only way that we can do this is by working together on a global level, because we are a global society now. You know.
And do you think that your sector is facing challenges when it comes to sustainability right now?
I think every sector is, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of the work that we do is, I mean, it's across a lot of different art forms. Julie's Bicycle Europe and Native work in loads of different places. And there are varying levels of skills, knowledge, expertise in terms of making the transition. Some of it is quite technical. I mean, even some of the things we've been talking about here, Boris, are quite technical, you know.
Yes.
And in making those choices. Some people are very resistant to change along the supplier network, so that makes things more difficult. And also, some of the supplier networks struggle to invest in new equipment. They struggle to move from the equipment that they use. Generators is a really good example, because they need to be sure that the market will support that. So the changes that need to happen, which is the same for every industry, but the creative industries kind of has multiple touch points.
Yes.
The changes that need to happen need to come from the top, from policy level, from the bottom, from individual artists and practitioners, and from the middle, from the organizations. Everyone, everywhere, all at once.
And as part of this GreenCCIrcle Fortune group that you are running these days here in Venice, have you learned something specific from other countries? Do you have an example, like from a person of that country? I've been learning this thing.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the biomaterials piece is really interesting. That's one of our partners from Estonia, and the work that they've been doing there, the research that they've been doing there has been really interesting. The work that's happening here in Italy is really interesting as well. Have learned quite a lot about Venice. I've never been here before.
All right.
And interesting about how environmental sustainability and social sustainability need to tie in with each other, and also just how important the creative industries are in terms of engagement and storytelling and the narrative around and feeding into other industries such as tourism, which is really tricky for the Venetians here. Yes. And doing that balancing act. So there's lots of really interesting conversations happening with this GreenCCIrcle team, Fortune 500 team that are here.
Wow, this is quite a lot. Sounds like a lot. So what do you think CCIs, as in cultural and creative industries, need to become future-proof?
Oh, everything, really. More support for more projects like this. The opportunity to knowledge share. Yesterday, we were all presenting our living labs to each other. So the living lab is something that's happening in every country, where we're testing the academy and the tool and the process with lots of other creative industry professionals. No doubt you're asking one of the other interviews about this later on. But a common thread that has been coming up is about connection and having the opportunity to knowledge share, to have peer-to-peer conversations, because a lot of the times the challenges that one art form is experiencing has already been overcome in another, or in another jurisdiction or country. A lot of the successes can be replicated, and it's literally just about having the opportunity to share that and to learn from each other.
All right, sure. Is there anything that you really need to say at this point? We are going towards the end of this conversation today. Megan Best, CEO of Native Events and Director of Julie's Bicycle Europe for the project GreenCCIrcle. Is there a message that you want to send out in the sea, like a message in the bottle, to the listeners and viewers of Radio DeuS today?
Yeah, I think reach out to any creative practitioners that you know and let them know about GreenCCIrcle, because it's there for everyone who works in this space, and there's lots of work and really interesting people who have been feeding into it. So it's going to be a really nice platform and an opportunity for people to learn. And the message in the bottle is possibly to our colleagues in the European Union and in the Commission, more of these kind of projects, please, and more thinking along the legacy. So what happens next? How will we ensure longevity with this? Because we want to make sure that we build all of this, but then also if we create community like this, that we can continue putting energy into carrying that community forward and growing it and scaling it. So,
and with this, I'm going to thank Megan Best, Director of Julie's Bicycle Europe, and I'm going to thank our technical staff in Matera, and I'm going to thank also our staff here in Venice, Giulia Fornari, Lucas Belting, and the line is going to be back to Matera for a few minutes. Right after the music break, we are going to be here live from Venice for Radio DeuS together with Alexandra Matiova. See you in a few minutes after the music break. Thank you very much.
thank you.
And it just goes on. Time to make the crowd go up. Time to shut the crowd down. This is not how I woke up, but it's how I look now. If you leave with me, we'll be on till morn. Then we rinse and repeat. And it just goes on. Time to make the crowd go up. Time to shut the crowd down. This is not how I woke up, but it's how I look now. If you leave with me, we'll be on till morn. Then we rinse and repeat, and it just goes on. 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 Time to make the crowd go up. Time to shut the crowd down. This is not how I woke up, but it's how I look now. If you leave with me, we'll be on till morn. Then we rinse and repeat, and it just goes on. Time to make the crowd go up. Time to shut the crowd down. This is not how I woke up, but it's how I look now. If you leave with me, we'll be on till morn. Then we rinse and repeat, and it just goes on. 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 Time to make the crowd go up. Time to shut the crowd down.
This is not how I woke up, but it's how I look now. If you leave with me, we'll be on till morn. Then we rinse and repeat, and it just goes on. Time to make the clock go up, time to shut the clock down. This is not how I woke up, but it's how I look now. If you leave with me, we'll be on till morn. Then we rinse and repeat, and it just goes on. Time to make the clock go up, time to shut the clock down. This is not how I woke up, but it's how I look now. If you leave with me, we'll be on till morn. Then we rinse and repeat, and it just goes on. 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 And it just goes on.
Welcome to Radio DeuS, live from Venice for this very special afternoon. And I told you it is going to be very rich of contributions from our guests here in Venice, because we are at this location, because there is a European project, European cooperation project called GreenCCIrcle, and it is about sustainability and cultural and creative industries. We said that cultural and creative industries is actually a fancy name to talk about arts and culture when it comes to policymakers and people that should decide what we do and how much money we put in it. And on the other side, we talk about sustainability, especially environmental sustainability. So how to contribute to the Green Deal of the European Union. Do you remember the Green Deal? Some years ago, we used to talk about it. It was something that was shaped in 2019 with the idea to go towards a net zero environment in Europe and to reach carbon neutrality by 2050. Of course, a lot of things happened since then, but some initiatives of the European Green Deal are still alive, and the GreenCCIrcle is part of it, is financed by the Erasmus Plus project. And in this session, I'm going to interview Alexandra Matiova. Hi, Alexandra.
Good afternoon. Hi, Boris.
So Alexandra, she is a senior project manager at CCE, which is Creative Industries Košice, a city in Slovakia. And she's part of this project because her organization is in the partnership of the GreenCCIrcle. So Alexandra, can you tell us first thing first, something about you and about your city?
Yes, sure. So once again, good afternoon. I am a part of a Creative Industry Košice team for 12 years, so I'm really a senior one. And the city is at the eastern part of Slovakia, and we are lucky enough that we have the legacy of bringing or implementing European Capital of Culture project back in 2013. So we had a chance to pilot test the different approaches to the current topics that are happening within the cultural and creative sectors, as well as being at, let's say, the safe environment while testing things very connected to the city needs. And we are happy to have a very good cooperation with the city administration. So that's why we are also, we're very happy that we can be a part of this partnership to bring more of sustainability issues. That's not, let's say, the priority number one in Košice within the cultural and creative sector.
When we talk about creative industries in Košice, are we meaning all of them? I mean, design, architecture, performing arts, visual arts, and so on? Or maybe some of it's a little more important, a little bit more present in Košice?
Yeah, let's fix to the more present because all of them are important. I mean, there is like huge amount of versions of it on the different levels that they are, but I think that a lot of them are underrepresented and represented. But they are there, and we had the strong cooperation within the sector coming up from the history and the branding that European Capital of Culture brought. But being in a city that has 250,000 inhabitants, it's not like such a huge number. So yes, that's it.
All right. And do you actually see, when you go in Košice, that there is like a lively cultural scene when you go out during the night, or when you walk in the streets during the day? For the people that never went to Košice, and maybe they are thinking about next summer holidays or something.
Well, there are many active communities, especially with media arts. We have become, naming Košice, city of Košice has become a part of UNESCO Creative Cities Network, and we are part of media art sector. So we are focusing a lot on how media art can develop the city and help not only with the promotion, but the media arts is a type of art that's dealing with data. And that's very interesting how we can visualize the data and use it in the form of art. So we are working a lot with Technical University, with Faculty of Arts, also involving the students, the teachers, to involve them in also in GreenCCIrcle project to be on our side in terms of sustainability.
All right, and we shouldn't forget that Košice is quite close to the Ukrainian border.
Yes.
And at the beginning of the Russian invasion in Ukraine, you had you have been quite good in dealing with the flow of refugees, and in addition, you had also some projects in which was targeting and helping Ukrainian refugees in Slovakia. Am I right?
Yes, yes, you are. But you know, most of the time we are just transitioning country. So of course we are there to help and to support, and we did a lot of education and the conferences. And also, as I mentioned, within Faculty of Arts or the Technical University, they are working a lot with students, but these days they are very well adapted, I would say. They speak the language, so sometimes you don't even know that the participants is originally from Ukraine. But in terms of sustainability, we did a few projects, and the last one that we did was connected with pilot testing the DeuS Center, for example. And this DeuS Center was like a contemporary thing, and we were doing some collections for the Ukrainian people in needs, directly focus on their needs. So that we didn't like get in touch with individuals, but we used to be working with the organizations that are supporting those. I would like to mention that some of the people from Ukraine, they're very young people. They are underage. They are not even adults.
Oh.
So, yeah, so they're coming. So we're trying to find the support for them because they are eligible to start the university when they're 17.
Absolutely. So let's dig deeper into the GreenCCIrcle project now that we have been painting the context of Košice and the work environment of Alexandra Matiova that I have the pleasure here to host here today. So Alexandra, in the GreenCCIrcle project, this cooperation project about creative industries and sustainability, there is this role of sustainability facilitator. I would like to know a little bit better what is a sustainability facilitator and what a sustainability facilitator is supposed to do. Please.
Yeah, let me set the context.
Yes.
It's the base of what we have started to do within the project. So firstly, we had to find out what are the skills that are missing within cultural and creative industries, what are the future skills and competencies they will need. So of course, we have started with a deep research, how we can make this sector more green and more sustainable in order to facilitate the transition, not only like within the sector, but also outside, I mean, to the other sectors.
Right.
So we did the research, of course, together with our amazing partners. And the result of it was the sustainability facilitator as a role. And it was the base for building the academy around. So it's like a theory that we then put into the practice within the other outcomes. So just to answer your question precisely, who is the sustainable facilitator is the representative of cultural and creative industries who is educated well, who knows the content of, let's say, green substance, who has enough, let's say, business skills in order to follow the sustainable business plans.
Okay.
To have enough facilitation skills so he can lead the change within, let's say, himself or herself and within the organization, as well as to help and to provide the content for the others, for the other sectors, and also to be able to think strategically, not just in short term, that like if I just do decision, how it like had an impact.
All right, so these are the skills in a way that
Yeah,
a
yeah.
facilitator needs to have. But is this kind of role, this kind of person, somebody that you should hire in your company? Should you have a sustainability facilitator in the same way that maybe a few years back we had the happiness manager, for example? Well, maybe that was like a co-working startup nation fuss.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the sustainability facilitator, is that like a real person that you should hire in your company?
Well, there's like two directions or approaches, let's call it.
All right.
The sustainability facilitator profile is like we divide it into 4 EQF levels. So we have like a lower EQF level. It means European Qualification Framework.
Okay.
So it's like how difficult is the learning path, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And we have like 4 stages. Let's call it 4 stages, 4 to 7. And there are different competencies that you can get within like the practical step that's going after, I mean, the GreenCCIrcle Academy and the HUB. But I mean, we also meant with the colleagues that let's make this program as accessible as possible. So in order to empower the individual where he sees himself, herself in the practice. So it can be like understood very broadly. And what's the role is to lead the change. I mean, we all know about the power how cultural and creative industries have in order to disseminate, to bring topics, to open the topics, as well as, I don't know, imagine the theater performer leading the Living Lab. It really can bring the change of behavior. So they have like strong powers in order what they want to achieve.
So imagine that you are a sustainability facilitator. How would be like your working day as a sustainability facilitator? You go into your office and you say to people, okay, you should put it in the rubbish bin, or you should recycle the coffee that you used, or is it something deeper and broader than just this kind of let's call it environment police?
Yes, I mean, these people should be aware of the policies. So they need to be educated well. They need to be aware how to use the metrics and what's even relevant within the sector or within this specific thing that they are measuring, let's say. They need to, or they should have the competence to set a strategy, not just for themselves, but also for the other businesses to like lead them to find the path in what's possible. So another thing is that they can either facilitate, they can do education for the staff, they can be hired to do the business planning or auditing. The other organization does not need to be in culture and creative industries, but as well as being able to set own goals for the own organization and to follow them.
All right. So if you imagine the path of the GreenCCIrcle project, what are going to be the next steps for the role of the sustainability facilitator? Will you have some ready to work sustainability facilitators at the end of the project, like that I can call and hire and that I can use as consultants or other supporting roles in my company?
Well, I hope so. But I mean, in this project, there's the question of time. So we have the sustainability facilitator profile back in 2024. And now we did a lot of practice around it. And we are doing iterations, of course. So we are getting the feedback. So for the profile, it was like each nation did the feedback round, if it's relevant for the country, because we are on a different levels in order to follow the sustainable rules within the Europe, of course. So there is the few iterations going to be, and I think that we will need to go back again for the profile and find out what's relevant. And it's quite obvious that it's not going to be the same issues that we were dealing with in 2024 that we have been dealing in 2026. But it goes hand in hand with the academic content and the hub. So at one point we need to stop, of course, to get the feedback and whatever. But I mean, everyone who goes through for the modules of academy, either they decided to do the whole path, should get the competencies, and if they are also skilled enough to use the hub for the proposals, then it's super fine for the project.
So if we go back to the GreenCCIrcle project in a more general way, do you think that today you have a better understanding about what sustainability means in cultural and creative industries?
Yes. I mean, for me personally, for the whole TK team or everyone who is involved, but also it's such a good way to be in a project with the professionals, because we are not the content providers, obviously. So we get the chance to consult a lot of things, a lot of questions about sustainability, a lot of options that some other European countries has that Slovakia does not have, and vice versa, that where we are like a step behind. And
do you have a specific example of something that maybe a law or an initiative or something that you heard in these days that you said, all right, this is interesting, we should do it?
I mean, a lot of those, especially while talking about a collaboration and getting people together, because we need to consult with the policymakers that somehow like they don't prioritize that much. And they don't prioritize because they don't understand. And the only way how they can understand is to talk to people and to feel that these cultural and creative industries or individuals are professionals as well, and they have the knowledge that they can bring, and what's the power, I mean, the impact of the action, how broad is the impact in terms of behavior change.
And do you think that, in a way, European collaboration matters for this kind of initiatives? I mean, couldn't you do just all this by yourself in Košice, with your peers, with your colleagues, or with local organization? Why go in European with all this?
Because there's so much that we can learn from the others. And we are from different contexts. I mean, all the countries have different contexts. And like historically, we were not being in a free country. So we don't have such a huge history of cultural institutions. I mean, the private ones and independent ones, all of them were financed by the state. So there's a lot of things that can be learned. And we also, as well as we have so much to offer to the others, considering that we have always been focused on European cooperation, because the history of our organization is just like implementing European Capital of Culture.
Do you ever happen to recognize, to acknowledge that you are facing a sustainability challenge in your work, like during some meeting or the preparation of an event or some sort of activity? Like, can you tell us in some moments you are doubtful, or maybe you had a question about, can we do it more in a more sustainable way, for example?
Yes, of course. I mean, we can still name the catering issues.
Yes.
And everything that we go in touch with, or we meeting daily on a daily basis. But then we can also think about the venue providers, how they can do or provide services for the rentees in a more sustainable way. So not just to put responsibility to the ones who are ordering the service, but maybe also to the venue renters, so they can put into rules some more restrictions or advices, or you cannot get a service otherwise you will follow this. as well as we are dealing with not measuring enough, not keeping the metrics, let's say, or the recommendations from the city so they can collect, or the state, I mean, the unified ones, what can be collected. So it's great to be a part of a strategy.
And what do you think cultural and creative industries need to become future-proof, to be ready for what is coming next?
Knowledge. They need to be empowered. They need to be aware. They need to, because like a lot of them are doing things, but they just don't put the name tag on it. So then they cannot go and negotiate for like better conditions or more financing or whatever, because they don't name the issues, then don't use the right words maybe.
All right. Is there anything that you would like to add as a final thought that is important for you to share to our listeners and viewers today here at Radio DeuS, live from Venice for the GreenCCIrcle project?
Just maybe if there is enough collaboration, then there is innovation, and the things can go more to the way that we want, more to leading to more sustainable life and to have a living planet.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Alexandra Matiova, Senior Project Manager at Creative Industry Košice in Slovakia. And this part was related to the role of sustainability facilitator. You can find all these informations on the website of the project, which is, and I read it to be sure that I got it right, GreenCCIrcle with double C, GreenCCIrcle.eu. And thank you very much, Alexandra.
Thank you.
So this is Radio DeuS, live from Venice today for the GreenCCIrcle project, a cooperation project led by Matera Hub and financed by the Erasmus Plus program. And we are going to be live again right after the music break together with Anna, Chiara, Carlette. This is it. Just a short music break and we are going to be back soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. Simon. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own.
And here we are again, Radio DeuS, live from Venice, for this special edition for the European project called GreenCCIrcle. And I have much pleasure to introduce you to Anna Chiara Carlet. Hi, Anna Chiara.
Hello, everyone.
Good afternoon, Anna Chiara. So you are here today because you are the cultural and sustainability, and I read it to get it right, cultural sustainability and accessibility researcher and the project manager at ICU. So you work here at ICU. Can you tell us a little bit more about you, your role, and what is ICU, please?
Yes, of course. Thank you. Yes, I am a researcher at ICU Center, that is a center of Ca' Foscari University and about art, industry, and culture, so the name ICU. And I work there since, I think, 2 years ago. So it's some time that I'm there. And I started by mapping places, cultural places in Belluno zone in Veneto region. And then I finished working in sustainability field with this project, in particular GreenCCIrcle project. That for me is very interesting and important because it represents an important step for cultural organization in sustainability, and that gives also them the possibility to speak about it and to imagine how they can drive it in their sector, and understanding also the challenges that they can face. And I hope that we can also help organization to do this. And yes, I say I am a researcher and project manager because at ICU we don't just make like research, like academic research, traditional, you can say, but we are very involved in practice, and we like to do this kind of research that means also to use practical tools and also design thinking methodology, for example, or speaking with people, understanding their needs and what they want to share. So I like a lot working.
All right,
here.
and when you say Belluno, you mean the city up north, close to the border with Austria? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's set put some clarity in the wording that we are using, because we talk about cultural and creative industries. What do you mean by cultural and creative industries, Anna Chiara?
Cultural and creative industry is an ecosystem that is very interesting because it brings, I think, a lot of points of view inside. And because also working in cultural and creative ecosystem means to have different roles in the same organization, but also have different typology kind of work. For example, a manager is very different from a craft maker, for example, but both are inside creative and cultural industries. So it's very difficult at the beginning also for me to find a common language between these cultural sector. And I think that, for example, these events like these European Living Labs, but also the possibility to create new networks and activities together can be helpful also because we can share the different knowledge inside this industry that is very different. So I believe that innovation can arrive only when different perspectives are joined. And so I'm very happy to conduct and have organized with my colleague Anna Battistella this European Living Lab, because this was this is for us very important, also to understand what cultural and creative industries are.
Absolutely, and greetings to Anna Battistella, wherever she may be. So sustainability, when we talk about sustainability, in the case of the GreenCCIrcle project, do we mean only environmental sustainability specifically, or are we talking about also social sustainability or other kind of impact measurement?
Yes, you know that sustainability is made from different parts. So we can say that there is the environmental point of view, but also the social point of view that is very important, but also the economical point of view. So we can say that sustainability cannot be total, in my opinion, if we don't consider all these aspects of it. We can say that GreenCCIrcle is focused primarily on the environmental sustainability, but it's very important also when you speak about it to speak about the other two aspects of sustainability. So in my opinion, it's impossible to speak about environmental sustainability without speaking about social and economic ones. So at the end, what we are understanding doing these living labs, and in particular this one, is that people have different perspectives about sustainability and also different starting points about it. And yes, in my life also outside university, my work is on accessibility, and I think like this is very important on sustainability also to bring different points of view and also different resources, different understandings of it, to find a common point of view. So yes, this could be my answer to your question.
Right, so GreenCCIrcle is a project that is running from 2024 to 2026, and it's financed by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. And it's led by Matera Hub, and the consortium is made of several organizations, of course, the University of Samk, for example, Julie's Bicycle, we had Megan Best today here with us, CCE, Creative Industries Košice, we had Alexandra Matiova today with us, and Arteria, Infodef, Academa, Creative Fed, Baltic Film Creative Tech Cluster, and your organization, ICU, at Ca' Foscari University in Venice. So what is the role of ICU in this partnership, in this group of organizations working on sustainability inside cultural and creative industries? Anna Chiara Carlet.
Yes, we are the academy in this project. So we have implemented the methodology of the living labs for GreenCCIrcle project, and also we are trying to putting together all the results that our partners are gathering in their countries, in their local living labs that they have already conducted the first cycle during this month, and trying to understand what are the needs and the barriers they met, and trying to help them also to face it. But it's interesting, it was interesting for us to study living labs methodology and to realize the methodology for GreenCCIrcle project, also because living labs are, in my opinion, a very interesting methodology to approach. Also because they started like in the technological field, in the technical field, like in USA, and then they expanded to the cultural organization and to architects, to urban cities, to cities, to co-design in general. And it's very interesting to be used for this project because they permit to create new ideas, a new solution, also because we have different stakeholders involved. So in living labs, we have, yes, of course, the cultural and creative organizations and people who work inside, but also we have policymakers, for example, and we have researchers like us. So it's very important to observe also during this process, and citizens. So it is a very multi-stakeholder approach that we are trying to make more flexible as possible for everyone.
I'm going to stop you here because when I hear multi-stakeholders, I'm not sure that everybody, and especially our listeners and viewers, all of them are able to understand. So can I have a living lab with my sister and my grandma at home at Christmas?
Yes.
Or do I need to have a special situation with stakeholders?
Yes. As I was saying, we are the academy in the project, so we speak maybe like a deliverable should speak. But yes, you can. And also in the academy that I think Celia presented before.
Celia Suntula from the University of Southeastern Finland.
Yes. Also in our academy, there is this kind of exercise. So if you want, you can do a living lab at home with your sister and your mom.
So do a living lab at home for Christmas with your family.
Yes.
Instead of having a boring lunch, do a living lab.
Yes.
All right. So how many living labs are you running in these days in this project here in Venice?
Okay, yes. We can say that our approach is to have like 3 local living labs per partner. So every country, every nation is running 3 local living labs. And then this European moment is very important because it brings all the results that we have gathered till now, but also during these days we can understand what we want to do in the next 2 living labs that will be run from January till May of the next year. So also if somebody that is listening is interested in participating can do it.
Sure.
And this is a real call to action. So please come to our local living labs. And I think that this moment where we can meet and share visions and understand better is very important for the project.
So where do I find the living lab? Should I visit the website GreenCCIrcle?
Yes,
GreenCCIrcle.eu to know where the next living lab is going to take place.
Yes, and also the Instagram account of GreenCCIrcle project.
Okay, fancy. We have an Instagram account.
Yes, we have an Instagram account, so you
GreenCCIrcle,
can follow us.
Always double C?
Yes, double C.
All right.
Double C, like CCIs, of course.
Okay. So how do you think the living lab methodology, this learning by doing in the local living lab contributed to validating and improving the GreenCCIrcle tools that you are putting together in this project?
Yes, the tools that we have put together, you already know them because are the hub, so the GreenCCIrcle Hub,
correct,
and the Academy.
And Megan Best and Celia Suntula talked about it.
Yes, and they are very interesting instruments, very interesting tools because they can be used by every kind of user. If you are a beginner of sustainability or if you are a sustainability facilitator, you can use it.
Okay, so you can be a living lab rookie.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yes, and
it's like karate. I have the white belt or the green belt, I'm the brown belt living lab facilitator.
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
Yes, and then the black one is the last one.
Of course.
Yes, and yes, the methodology is a methodology that is very flexible. We call it 5+1 because we have 5 phases in this methodology that comes from understand who the stakeholders, so the participants of our living lab are, till finding a solution. But the +1 is very important. Because it's this moment, is the European moment. So the European moment is not at the end, but is in the middle, because for us it was very important to understand in the middle the situation across Europe.
Did you really had to put together all this fuss, all this European project? Couldn't you just do it by yourself here in Venice instead of calling all these people from around Europe? Why was it interesting to have this cooperation?
I think that the first thing is that countries are developing sustainability aspects in different ways, and also what we can bring as best practice maybe from festivals in Italy can be useful for festivals in, I don't know, in Finland, or maybe what they do in craft in Finland will be useful for craft in Italy. So it's very interesting bringing together points of view, but in general, in my life, I think that, so for me, observing also this process is very important. Isn't possible to do this by inviting only Venetian people, because yes, we have different perspectives, because everybody is different, but we come from the same context, and changing the context is important also to understand what can be innovation in this field, I think.
So, okay, I see the innovation point, but I want to go back to the beginning of the spirit of this project, GreenCCIrcle. So, when we talk about sustainability, what do you think now, with all this knowledge that you are building up? What do you think that sustainability means in cultural and creative industries?
I think that sustainability is cultural in general, because sustainability doesn't have to be, in my opinion, an add-on or an extra effort for the organization. But organization can help to shape new ways to see sustainability, and new ways to give people the possibility to imagine a world that is different. And the only, we can say, business that can do that is cultural business. Is who has the power to make you imagine the things in a different way. And you can do that only if you are able to think, in Italian we say, se guardi al di là del tuo naso. I don't know in English if there is the same expression.
If you can see beyond the tip of your nose.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Mary Poppins used to talk about it.
Yes, Mary Poppins used to talk about that. But I think that this is very interesting and important. And yes, so I would say that.
So Anna Chiara Carlet, Cultural Sustainability and Accessibility Researcher and Project Manager at HUB University Ca' Foscari in Venice, as part of the GreenCCIrcle project financed by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. When we think about these tools that you are putting together, when we think about the Academy of the GreenCCIrcle, when we think about the Hub of the GreenCCIrcle, when we think about the Sustainability Facilitator, what do you think is the most interesting of all this bundle of activities and items? What do you think is going to stick and stay to your daily practice once the project will be over in 2026?
I think that what remains is the process. So for me, it's very interesting how we are creating these, so how we are working, who we are connecting with, what are the best practices that are coming from these tools that have been created, and they were created together. So it wasn't a work by every single partner that was pushed then together, but everybody has found a place in the project. So I think that the process will be the thing that I will remember the most after the project finishes. But of course, I will remember also the outcomes and the inputs that every person gave to me and gave to our organization. And I think that also to be sustainable, you have to change the process. So this, I would say.
So do you think that all your colleagues are also interested and involved in this kind of process? Do you think that your colleague Anna Battistella, Anna Starbeating, do you think that she's going to be interested in knowing more? Are you going to share this information with her, for example?
Yes, of course. I will share this information with her, but we are speaking about it every day because we are like organizing this European Living Lab since some months. So then we are speaking about GreenCCIrcle every day, and the process is ongoing every day and every night too in our dreams. So of course I will do that.
Do you think that because in HYCU you have students working on cross-sectoral projects, so they come together and they try to solve challenges that are brought by companies, am I right?
Yes, yes.
So do you think that these students will be able to have some insights that you can try to help them to upscale their activities when it comes to finding solutions from this project, from the GreenCCIrcle project? Like, because I can understand that young people, they are kind of sensible to sustainability topics in a way, but at the same time, I can see also that sustainability topics are kind of fading away from the political scene at some levels because of any dynamic that can happen in a region or in a country. So do you think that the students of HYCU will be able to take it and to keep it alive in the years to come?
I hope so, first of all, because I think that the world has to change, because the sustainability aspect isn't not just something that we have to reach in 2030 because we have to do that. It's something that we need to do because the world is suffering. So I hope that this project can help them to gather insights and to improve also their skills in some way. So I think that they can join the academy and learn things by joining it, or they can give also their points of view in the hub by giving their feedback and some resources that they know, because I think that, yes, I hope this project can help them, but at the same time I hope that they can enter the project and help us to understand maybe things that we already don't know, because you know that maybe youngest generation now are more involved in the sustainability aspect than older generation. And also as they see sustainability has changed during time, and also, for example, sustainable design, or yes, it is something new, but for them not. So yes.
And let me know, during these days, now we are here in Venice with Radio DeuS live from Venice, because the GreenCCIrcle project is here during these days, like a traveling show with a man making potions and so on. So have you learned something specific, like a very, very practical example of something that you are going to go home tonight after these days of work?
Yes.
Like this very specific thing that you learned.
Yes. For example, why we are here, we are in a special place because now in this moment we are in Sant'Apollonia Auditorium. That is one of the rooms of San Marco, Procuratoria of San Marco. So very near to San Marco Basilica, San Marco Church. And as they explained to us, and why we choose this place is because this place has changed during time and has changed also the way of being experienced. So at the beginning it was a church, then it was a sort of craft factory, then now is a place where people can come and meet and create new things. So I think that also this place where we are in is an example of sustainability, of reuse of something that becomes something else. So I think that we are here for this reason. We are in the heart of one of the most beautiful city in the world for me. And but this is beautiful not just because we can say, wow, beauty. It is a place that cannot be like scheduled like one thing, but it is a lot of things. So I think that I will bring this at home, and I hope that all participants or people that are here now for the European Living Lab can have a nice remembering of this place and of what we did.
For sure. One last question for you, Anna Chiara Carlet, researcher and project manager at ICU. So what do you think CCIs need to become future-proof, to stand the test of time?
Okay, is a nice question.
Thank you. It's not me writing it. It was our friend Lucas Belting.
Thank you, Lucas. It's a very difficult question, this, for me. Also because I know that, I think that, but a lot of them told to me, a lot of cultural organization don't like the fact that is asked a lot to them to do something about sustainability, but there are not incentives to do that. So there are a lot of projects about it, and at cultural organization are asked many things, but they complain that they have to add activities and they have to add things. They have to add an extra effort, but they don't have something to work for it. So I think that it's very important that this change is helped by policymakers, by networks created by them, and that is very important that we speak about these together and not in separate places, countries, ideas, but because we have to be strong on these, and we have to make of this, I think, a strong point of our work. So yes, I hope that I answered a bit to this.
For sure, and I'm going to thank very warmly Anna Chiara Carlet, cultural sustainability and accessibility researcher and project manager at ICU, University Ca' Foscari in Venice. For all the information, you can visit the webpage GreenCCIrcle.eu. This is live from Venice, Radio DeuS for you. We are going to be here again for a little bit more, just the last round of contribution, an open mic from our audience. Thank you very much. Right after the music break. Thank you.
Thank you.
And here we go again. Here we are live from Venice for Radio DeuS, a special edition for the GreenCCIrcle project funded by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. And I'm quite lucky today because for this open mic, our first guest is Queen. Hi, Queen.
Hi, Boris. Nice to see you.
So, Queen Bonte, you are currently living in Ireland, and you happen to be here. I want to understand, who are you, why are you here, and what did you like about this session that you had today?
Yeah, thank you. So I moved from the United States and around Washington, D.C. to Ireland in 2021 at the end of COVID to study my master's degree in business. And something that I brought with me was a kind of a deep passion for entrepreneurial methods and frameworks and applying them into what I've found myself more around now is kind of sustainable business practices. That was a major focus of our program there in Ireland, and now working kind of the events and hospitality sector, it is very much a cornerstone or a pillar that we try to operate within, simplified down to no waste inside of a restaurant or bar.
All right.
And one of the things that I really enjoyed about this week was the multidisciplinary aspect. And that's something that I worked in heavily in programs in Washington, D.C. as well, through some of the education programs that I worked on. And I always found that it was the most interesting and kind of the most rewarding workshops that you can do. And if you kind of extrapolate that out into real world projects, you often find that they're the most successful and efficient and sustainable projects because you have people from very different backgrounds, not just geographically or world and life experience, but also professional backgrounds, and they can bring a very well-rounded approach to problem solving. And I just find that these types of multidisciplinary workshops are very lucky to be able to participate in them.
So, I think this is very interesting because you have now a broader dimension, and also as a US born person, now you get to live also this kind of pan-European, multicultural thing that maybe in the US is not so present. Are you going to want to do it again? Do you think that this kind of exercise is useful?
Yes, absolutely. I tried to bring my own twist on these workshops into kind of early stage startup tech founders in Dublin. So kind of practicing what you learn and trying to teach others as a way to cement those ideas of facilitation, but also the ideas that you are trying to instill on other people in various different sectors, say, blockchain or crypto, or even, traditional technology development.
Can we say crypto bro?
No, not for me. Please don't. But I am a big supporter of kind of exploring new technologies and the intersection that they might have with.
I understand.
The creative sector.
Do you think that you are relearning English in Ireland?
Yeah, you could say so, especially a little bit of the slang and the vernacular. But I'm very much appreciative to learn from the people that I've met in both the master's program, but as well as the people I meet every day in the restaurant and behind the kitchen lines and behind the bar. There's a lot of great people.
Like from English from the streets in Dublin. Thank you very much, Queen. It was a pleasure to exchange with you. This is Radio DeuS live from Venice. We are going to listen also the voice of Mrs. Trevisan. Thank you, Queen.
Thank you very much, Boris.
So if you can come here. Madame Trevisan, am I right? Your name is right. You are Laura Trevisan. Hi, Laura. How are you doing?
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
Thank you for being here today at Radio DeuS, live from Venice for the GreenCCIrcle project. Laura, can you introduce yourself and explain why you are here?
Thank you very much. So, I'm here to participate in this very interactive, as you said, living lab. To get my experience from Spain. Actually, I'm Italian, but I work for two Spanish organizations. One of them is La Bien Paga, which is a cultural and educational association based in Valladolid, which uses drama technique and theater with the community for social inclusion, integration, but also to teach Spanish language and to raise awareness about equality and ecology.
All right. So what are your takeaways from these sessions here in Venice in these days?
So I learned a lot of different points of view about both sustainability, ecology, how to think about a service or an event for as a sustainable side, which means not adding sustainability to an event, but thinking about how an event is sustainable. So the sustainability is the starting point, not something you add at the end.
All right, very interesting. Thank you very much, Laura Trevisan.
Thank you too.
This is Radio DeuS live from Venice, and we are going to keep going with this open mic. For next person is going to be Miro. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Miro.
Hello, how are
Okay,
you?
so is Miro Sviridov. Miro Sviridov. Hi, Miro. So can you tell us a little bit more about you and what you are doing here, please?
Hello, my name is Miro. I'm originally from Ukraine, but I'm currently living in Ireland, in Dublin. And I'm representing the company called Native Events and Judas Bicycle here at GreenCCIrcle.
Okay, so you are part of Julie's Bicycle with Megan Best.
I am indeed, yes.
All right, fantastic. So what has been your impression about this event today?
I've been absolutely fascinated with the work we have done so far. We've had a lot of different workshops on sustainability in general, and it's been an absolute pleasure to meet so many different professionals from different sectors in culture industries, and just basically deepen my horizons and just learn a lot about what struggles, challenges, etc. we have in the industry.
That's very good. Thank you very much, Miro. It was lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much.
So this is Radio DeuS live from Venice. Here we go again with a last open mic contribution. Hi.
Hello.
So we have Marta Lovato, which is, I don't know, are you relative to Demi Lovato? No.
I don't think so.
You don't think
But it's
so?
possible,
Okay,
maybe.
possible, maybe.
You know,
Hi,
cousin.
hi. So can you introduce yourself and tell us what you are doing here today?
Of course. I was very kindly invited by ICU Research Center of Ca' Foscari Foundation because I'm the sustainability manager of Sant'Arcangelo Festival, that is
Wow,
a performing
okay.
arts, a contemporary performing arts festival in Sant'Arcangelo di Romagna in the province of Rimini. And so I follow closely this line of work. We've also recently developed a platform for sharing objects and appliances amongst festivals and events, which hopefully will end up on the GreenCCIrcle HUB. I also work for an environmental NGO that has a program for consultancy of cultural organization for the ecological transition.
So,
HUB is based in Rome. And we've also developed with them a platform to help cultural organizations, and especially organizing events and festivals, go through the change that is needed to go towards sustainable activity.
so Mrs. Lovato, what has been for you the nicest aspect of this adventure these days in Venice?
Well, definitely getting to meet so many people from so many different sectors and different parts of Europe and beyond, because I think in general, in this kind of events, the networking and the possibility to take time and actually give space to sharing and to getting to know each other, and understanding that many times, even in different contexts, the problem and the challenges are very similar.
All right. Thank you very much. A pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
So this is the end for us today of Radio DeuS special edition live from Venice for this very special project, GreenCCIrcle, Sustainability in Cultural and Creative Industries, a fancy way to call arts and culture. You can visit and get all the information on the webpage, www.greenccircle.eu. My name is Boris, and I am your host. It has been a pleasure to be here today with the support of our technical staff, and namely Lucas Belting and Giulia Fornari here in Venice, and the technical staff in Matera, which I love very much. So thank you all, thank you, and see you very soon for another Radio DeuS, and follow the GreenCCIrcle project. Thank you, bye-bye.